Girl,
Everybody
it's
follow
packed
the one
out
line,
here tonight.
please. Follow the one line, please.
I told you.
IDs out. I need to see IDs. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Punk Ave.
Excuse me. Hello? Can you move? What? Excuse me. Oh my God. You ready to go? Girl, I've been ready.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, you sound like a Debbie Downer.
I know, I'm like dying over here.
Aww.
You know, I think I'm coming down. I'm pretty sure I'm coming down with something. I've been trying to fight it for like 2 days. And then today, it kind of beat my ass. And I was just like, oh, I'm sick for real.
Girl, drink that lemon juice.
Adrianna came over here with like stuff from like the motherland that you only get in the middle of the jungle. Talk about drink this, snort this, inject this. I'm like, girl, what happened to regular ass Robitussin? I thought she was gonna come over here with Robitussin, to be honest with you. But she came over here with some like real random shit I ain't even seen.
Organic lemon juice, crystallized vitamin C powder, and orange juice. We heal the real
I thought she was gonna come over here with NyQuil. But you know, I take what I can get. If I wake up fine, this will be the new regimen.
I'm telling you.
If I don't wake up fine, I'm gonna go back to NyQuil.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. I did the same thing for my brother. It's good.
It's that time but it's like fall. It's that time of season. Yeah. It's not even cold yet, and I'm already coming down with something. Jesus, I need to take more vitamin C.
Yes, there you go. It's 1,000 milligrams.
And this shit it looked like cocaine, y'all. But that's neither
But it's gonna heal her.
She says to go straight into my bloodstream. So hopefully I won't be sounding like this next week. If I'm sick still next week, I'm blaming Adrianna.
Oh, I'll take that.
What did you do this week? Shout out to Cardi B too.
Yes.
For the number 100 hot 100 Billboard.
She has every bitch in the club.
She really, that song is lit.
Yeah.
You know, and actually I went through like a little Cardi B thing on Tidal just to see the other songs.
Yeah, me too.
She actually has really some poppin' music.
Yeah.
So I can't wait.
She has really good songs.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what she does.
Me too. I like her.
Yeah, that is a lesson to you kids. Be who you are. Live in your truth. Yeah. And nobody can use your truth against you.
She said she was a regular, degular, smegular ass.
She let you know she done sold some pussy. She let you know that her butt and her boobs is fake. She said once I push that little nigga out my vagina, I will get liposuction. And I'm here for her. Like, I'm here for her honesty.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. So, I've been on a faux kick for the past week and a half. Okay. And I've really been trying different places because the place that I normally go to is apparently closed.
Because of the floods?
No.
In general?
Just in general, they closed down. So I've been on a hunt to find a really good faux spot. And some of them I've had, they were a little too watery. They didn't have enough flavor in it. But today, my spirit told me, go to Miss Saigon. And I've never been there. So it's right by my job over there in Rice Village. So I went there. They closed that location. So I'm like, what the hell? So then I thought, okay, there's a spot that just got built and off of Richmond and Mandel in Montrose. So I said, I'm going to go there. They're open late. They have everything from rice bowls and vermicelli noodles and all that good stuff. So I went and I was a little skeptical, but I got me a faux round eye steak. And surprisingly, when I asked for extra onions, they gave me extra onions. And it wasn't like the thin ones. It's like big chunks of red onions and the big
You got
chunks.
your life?
I got my life. And when I tell you that bitch was seasoned down, the broth was seasoned, and it was just so flavorful. So the place is called, pardon me if I don't pronounce it right, because I probably am not going to pronounce it right, Qui Bon Mi.
Qui Bon Mi?
Yes, that's what it's called. Qui Bon Mi.
Oh, it definitely says Qui Bon Mi. Qui Bon Mi!
O-U-I. Oi Bon Mi.
What's the address? Just tell me the address.
The address is 1601 Richmond Avenue, Houston, Texas, 77006. It is amazing. If you like faux fall is coming. Fall is here, but even though it's not really that cold,
I'm dying. I feel like it's fall already.
So I would suggest you try this place. It is delicious. It is one of the best, and I've had a lot of pho, and I think this is one of the best places. I think it's better than mine. Yeah, I said that. Okay, who's our Woman Crush Wednesday?
Our Woman Crush Wednesday this week is Laurel. Do you know who Laurel is?
I feel like there's a lot of Laurels. Is this Laurel from Dreamgirls?
It's definitely Laurel from Dreamgirls, played by Anika Noni Rose. What year? I feel like Dreamgirls might have came out like 2002, 3,
no,
maybe 1.
That was like 05.
Oh, you sure where I was in college. So it came out probably 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
Because
I was dating the baseball player.
Oh, good times. So back when Dreamgirls came out, I was working in the Tallahassee Mall. I used to work at this place called Garfield's. I was a hostess. And it came out 2006, actually. It came out that December 2006. And I remember that because I worked at the mall or whatever. And the restaurant I worked at was right across from the movies. Of course, I became friends with the people in the movies. So I've seen Dreamgirls probably a total of like 13 times. Because like
love that movie.
when I used to like leave work, I used to go in there. Like during my break, I used to just walk into the movies and sit down and like eat my lunch. And you know, whatever park they were on, I used to just sit there and watch it for an hour, go back to work. But the reason Laurel, first of all, everyone's in that movie, and I feel like that movie didn't get enough awards. I think Jennifer Hudson won.
She won the Academy Award.
Yeah, but that movie just in general, because that goddamn Eddie Murphy playing Jimmy deserved. Okay,
Jimmy Irwin
deserved. So the reason Laurel is my Woman Crush Wednesday, played by Anika Noni Rose, is because Laurel just wanted to do her goddamn job and mind her business. Laurel didn't want too much shine. Laurel just wanted to learn her lyrics. Laurel just wanted to sing in her key. Laurel just wanted to do their songs. And Laurel just wanted to mind her goddamn business. If the boss said wear the purple dress, she wore the purple dress. When the boss said change the wigs, she changed the wigs. When the boss turned up the Dina from Effie, she was like, all right, cool. Laurel just wanted to do her job. And y'all niggas just wouldn't let her. Like, y'all would not let Laurel do her job. Y'all kept pulling her to y'all drama. Laurel just wanted to clock in and clock the fuck out. Like, literally. Laurel literally wanted nothing. Oh, we need to be at the studio at 8 o'clock? Okay, cool. Oh, I'm not going to sing nothing on this part. I'm just going to hum 2 lines. Okay, cool. Let me hum the 2 lines. Okay, cool. You're going to give me like a line to sing? All right, straight. What do I need to sing? Laurel wanted.
Effie gave her a hard time.
Effie gave her a hard time because Effie and Dina was fighting over the same dick, even though that originally was Effie's dick. Dina, you shady. But y'all just wouldn't let Laurel just do her job. And the best part about Laurel is Laurel was on the low-key come up the whole time too. Because Laurel was fucking James Early.
Yeah.
That literally was his show.
Yep.
They were the opening act to him, and he was like the big thing in town on the Chitlin Circuit or whatever it was in Dreamgirls, whatever they were touring on. James Early was that nigga. Like, everyone knew James Early was that nigga. Laurel was fucking James Thunder Early. Like, wait a minute. So she just want to clock in and clock out. She didn't ask for special treatment when she was fucking the dude. She just want to fuck him.
Didn't.
She really did. She just want to fuck James Early married ass.
Him.
She just wanted to fuck James Thunder Early ass married and go on about her day. She didn't ask for nothing. She didn't ask him to do nothing. She was okay with being a side piece, even though I think we see his wife maybe twice in that whole movie. But she was just okay with minding her. And she didn't ask for shit. Laurel was mad when y'all drug her into it after they had hired the other girl. She was mad. She was like, I didn't do nothing. Like, girl, what is you, Effie?
But Effie said this is as much as your fault, too.
It's between me and you. I'm tired. Girl, Effie, I'm tired. Girl, I'm so tired of Effie ass. Effie showed up in that gold suit in a fucking flats. Yo, oh my God. Effie, they was so over that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Said, Curtis was supposed to love me.
Curtis was supposed to love me. Curtis was supposed to love me. I'm like, bitch, he was.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh my God. Dreamgirls is so
and the soundtrack
good.
is
I bought the
even-
soundtrack.
Yes,
I actually have that.
yes.
I have that CD
Yes.
still.
I
Like,
mine.
girl, because Jimmy won't mow. Jimmy won't mow. Jimmy won't. And time out. Laurel's also a Woman Crush Wednesday because she broke up with Jimmy through song. which is like one of the goals of mine, to just call a nigga and just break up with him in song. That bitch.
What would it be?
I would just emulate her, just change his name, because hers was already so good.
Yes.
Laurel loves Jimmy. I'm like, yes. And then she in that shit. Laurel and Jimmy are through. I got a show to do, baby. Like, look at Laurel trying to grow up. I've been fuck with this nigga for like 20 years. Because Laurel and James Early, you are a pedophile, because I really feel like the Dream Girls was underage when they first...
They were.
So James Early, you was dirty for turning out Laurel.
They snuck out.
Yeah.
Of the house.
So you was dirty for turning Laurel out, Jimmy. But that's neither here nor there.
That's a great movie.
Laurel, that was
like that one.
Great, like, we are a family.
My favorite part, and I literally cry every time. It does not matter how many times I watch that movie. My favorite part is at the very end when they all come together. Every man.
Even though Jennifer Hudson look a hot mess, or they didn't have to make her look that run down. I get that her life was hard at the Dream Girls, but so I have to do my dog like that.
But that part where they're all standing on stage and they're holding hands and they're just singing, they realize and the lights and the sparkles come down. And then it shows the little girl, and then they go to Jamie Foxx, and I'm like, girl, I can't take it.
Girl, y'all did me so wrong.
I can't take it.
I'm changing. Yes, bitch. Abby was everything too. That shit was so funny. I got the voice. Dina's beautiful. She's always been beautiful. But I got the voice, Curtis. Bitch, let him know.
Curtis!
Let that nigga know. And then Beyonce was just I was so over her in that movie. I love you. What you want to do? You know.
I hated the fact that she was just like, Dreamgirls changed my life. This movie was everything. It
should have been everything. It should have been. She was in a movie. Jennifer Hudson wasn't Jennifer Hudson then, but she was in a movie with Eddie Murphy. I was about to call his ass Samuel L. Jackson, but it's not Samuel L. Jackson. What is his name? Jimmy Early's manager. What is his name?
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I can't even think of his name right now. I think he was in the... No, what is his name? Oh!
I don't know his name.
Okay, but it was Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy. I cannot think of his name. Oh, Donald Glover. Danny Glover. You was like in a movie with like some A1 ass people who have been in movies forever. And then just the production of Dreamgirls was good. Their costuming was great. The whole plot was great. Dreamgirls came off this huge ass Broadway play that had Shirley Ralph and Loretta Devine in it. And Jennifer, I think her last name was Williams.
It was Jennifer Holiday.
Jennifer Holiday. Yeah, Jennifer Holiday. So it was just a theatrical masterpiece, and Dreamgirls will forever be a fave. I've seen that movie 8 billion times. I have it on DVD. I'm probably going to watch it tonight now that I've talked about it.
Tonight, too.
Because I definitely want to sing my songs.
Yes.
So, yes. Women Crush Wednesday, go to Laurel. She just wanted to cash her check.
Laurel!
Fuck the boss and mind her business. Girl, when Jaleesa didn't let... I call her Jaleesa because she was Jaleesa in a different world, which was Jimmy's wife. When Jaleesa came through and told her she couldn't go to the funeral, and that girl broke down to Dina, she won't even let me go to the funeral. You're the mistress, and that's what happens.
That's what happens, kids.
Oh, y'all did James Early so wrong. I love him. I'm gonna watch Dreamgirls tonight.
Me too.
But that's that. So this week's episode or topic, sorry y'all. This week's topic is recovering from turning 30. Yeah. So I did that I turned 31 this year. So yes, last year, 2016, I turned 30, and that shit hit me like a bag of bricks.
I turned 30 3 years ago.
How did you feel when you turned 30?
I was very excited.
Why? I didn't have that.
I felt like when I turned 30, first of all, I've never envisioned myself past 25, even as like a...
Nigga, what, you thought you was gonna die? Like,
I don't know what... I mean, it's like after 25, you're like, okay, well, what
type
happens?
of hood South Central life are you living where kids don't make it out the neighborhood?
Well, it's not that kids... I just never pictured myself at 30.
30 didn't seem old when you was like 18.
Yeah, so I thought 25 was old.
I remember meeting somebody in college, and they were like, they were 24. I was like, 24? You're
so old.
And I was like 18. I was like, oh. I literally said you shouldn't be in a club. That was me.
That was a lie. But yeah, like, So I didn't really have any idea of what was going to happen. I just knew I was really excited to turn 30 because it's a new decade. It's 30s, like, you know, and then I was reading about all these things that happen in your 30s and all these, like, your confidence level is a little bit better, and then you take all these lessons that you learned from your 20s, and then I just thought, okay, 30's gonna be good. Like, I'm
So
excited.
hopeful.
I was very
hopeful.
hopeful. But I'm still hopeful. I really enjoy being in my 30s. I feel like right now I'm in my prime, and I am more comfortable with myself than I was in my 20s. Like now, like I never used to wear my hair curly, like ever. And then I never used to wear it down. And then I started to push myself to do it because it was just one of those things where everybody has that one thing that they're like, I don't like how it looks or whatever. But yeah, I enjoy being 30. I love it. I'm into it.
When I didn't have that same sentiment. I had I didn't. 30 was a piece of shit. My first vision of 30s was like 90s sitcoms, of course. Like I remember when Rachel turned 30. I remember when Kyle from Living Single turned 30. I remember when Joan turned 30, then they found out Tony was like 31. So I remember like all the shows and how every sitcom did an episode where somebody turned 30, and then that always seemed to be like the reflection episode as well, where everybody kind of is trying to figure out like what to do with their lives, or it's like a flashback episode where they're like flashback to like early 20s or college. So I had like, that was like my first real thought of 30. But then I also equated 30 to my mother. My mom had us young, so my mom was like an adult quite early. Like when I still didn't even know how to like, when I still wasn't even paying my cell phone bill, she had like 3 kids and was like paying bills and writing checks for rent and picking kids up for school and shit. So my idea of 30, at 30, I was already 10 when she was 30. I was 10, my brother was 15, and my little brother was 5. By this time, my mom had a house, had her dream car. We had our own rooms. Our rooms were stacked with TVs and DVDs and VCRs and all that extra shit. Like, yeah, like we was coolin' when she was 30. So, and she had her dream car, which back in the day was like the Jeep. So she had a Jeep. She was pretty fly. She was popping. And so like at 30, even though she probably didn't have everything together, for me looking at her, she had everything together. We didn't want for anything. We had food. We went on our field trips. We got Nikes. Like, we were cool. Like, we got school clothes. We could get money to go to the ice cream truck. Yeah. So, it was her 30 and my 30 look vastly different. Yeah. And so, in my mind, when you turn... and then, I had those two pictures. But then, for some strange reason, I figured that at 30, everything just comes together automatically. And you didn't have to do any preparation in your 20s to have a perfect 30. So I just thought it was kind of going to be like the reverse Cinderella. So like at midnight, my apartment turned into a house, and my Camry turned into a Range Rover, and my pillow turned into a man, and then it was just kids in my living room. I just wake up and I'm 30 and I got all this shit. I'm just like, oh, look at my perfect life. So I had that thought. I had that, like, I really, like 28, 29, I was just like, okay, so how does this work? Do I get the man now? Or how does it, do I get pregnant? I got to be married. You got to marry me. So I had that picture, but then I turned 30.
What did you do for your 30th?
I seen you on my 30th birthday, actually. I sure did. I actually bar hopped along that birthday. I was just like, I'm 30. I'm just going to chill out, do my own thing. I went to the spot. Actually, I have a picture of me and you on there in my phone still. Really? I had box sprays and I had like just white dress on.
I think I remember.
And
that.
I just went bar hopping. Yeah, by myself. So I mean, it was cool because I think me and my friends ended up going to dinner either like the day before or the day after or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like it wasn't like this big dirty 30 where people trying to make it fun. And because to me it wasn't that fun because I felt very unaccomplished. So I didn't feel that whole dirty, like people try to make 30 so fun. 30, 30, flirty, 30. It's like, no, 16 is fun. 10's fun. 13 is fun.
18 is
16
fun.
is fun. 18 is fun.
21 is
19
fun.
and 20 are throwaways. 21's fun. And then 25 is pretty cool because then that's that whole quarter thing because you're still kind of young and you're still in your 20s.
Yeah.
So the quarter's cool.
So everything after 25.
Everything after 25 was just like, yeah, like, bitch, what? Like, so, and in 30, I didn't feel accomplished, so 30 wasn't fun. I'm assuming 40 will be fun because I envision myself doing a whole lot more in the next 9 years, so 40 will be like a celebratory time. Right. But to me, 30 wasn't celebratory because it's like, all right, so what have I done with my whole entire life? Oh, well, Ebony, you have 2 degrees. Okay, I got a master's I do not use. Like, let's be clear. And student loans I cannot pay. Yeah. So I didn't feel achieved. I felt like I kind of failed, especially looking at certain people with kids and families. And it's just like, am I missing something? Yeah. But what I had to come to the conclusion about 30 was, I mean, I can't do it now because I'm 31. But it's kind of like when you're in high school and you go to college. Certain people prepared to go to college. I happened to wing it and got into college. Thank God, my mama. So I ended up getting into Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida. Shout out FAMU. But I knew people in high school that were like, I want to go to this school. This is what I need to get into this particular school. This is what I have to do to get into this particular school. Yeah. I'm going to do these steps accordingly. 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. I'm going to make sure I check off everything they need to get into this school. So when I turn 18, boom, here I go. Yeah. It's going to be this. That is pretty much what you have to do your whole fucking 20s to have a 30th birthday where you, not 30th birthday, but like to turn 30 and feel fulfilled. Like you have to, if you want the dream job.
I didn't.
No, but if you want, I think if you kind of like at 30, if you have this, the way I had it set in my head, like I knew people who wanted to be married and who wanted XYZ. Mm-hmm. Majority of people that wanted to be married by 30 that I knew are married. Right. But they dated accordingly to be married. I ain't dated accordingly to be married. I dated a bunch of niggas just to date. I was just out here just trying to see what was popping. I wanted some Nikes. So, like, you have to prepare. Some people are going to be lucky enough to wing it and just end up there. That's great at 30. But if you want certain things,
yeah, absolutely.
Nothing's overnight. Everything is preparation and planning, and that's like career wise. If you want to be on a certain track by 30, like people like I want to be a partner by like Jones, like I want to be a partner by this age. Granted, life happens and it might not happen. But if you want it to happen, you need to kind of structure your life around it.
I take age out of it. I agree with you.
No, girl.
No, I want to be this way by this age. I have a guy friend that always says I'm 30 something and I'm not married. I always wanted to be married by 30. But I'm just like, okay, well, number one, you got a lot of activity going on. You have to act what you want. Yeah, like you have a whole lot of activity going on.
Yeah, you gotta act like you want to be married. You gotta date like you want to be married.
Like your situation is not conducive to being married. Like you live with somebody you don't want to live with. You got a baby. You got other babies.
You have to live your life. You have to structure your life to your end goal. Or your goal. Like if at 30 you want XYZ, you got to start living like that at 25.
You shouldn't put
or 40. I mean that could be any age.
Not put a number or a deadline on it because life is so uncertain. And I was reading this book, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, right? And it just made this valid point that there's so much uncertainty in life. The only thing that is certain is death, right? But everything else we have to I think if people learn to accept that we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But we can plan for it, but be open to maybe a shift if it does happen.
Claire Huxtable told me at Hillman College, well, actually, technically, Claire Huxtable told Jaleesa Vincent Taylor on the episode of A Different World. Shout out to A Different World. They just passed, I think it was 30 years. It was 30. I watched every episode this weekend. Thank you, TV1. But anyways, Claire Huxtable told me / Jaleesa that you should have a plan, just don't get attached to the timeline.
Right.
And I mean, I agree with that. Like, I do think you should put a timeline on it.
Goals, have markers.
Yeah. It should be a timeline, but you have to be flexible, I believe is what Claire said.
Yeah.
Y'all know what episode I'm talking about, when she came in and she had the video camera and she did all the kids and they had to like tell what their life was what they wanted to be in life, and that's when Freddie was being hella shady and she was acting all crazy because she didn't know what she wanted to do, but then she had found the shackles in the basement at Hillman for slavery. Girl, it was a good episode. It was bitch, one time for A Different World, child. I was on y'all this weekend. But yeah, so you didn't have any expectations, so you didn't have like a goal in mind of what 30 should look like, or
I didn't know what it would look like. I just knew that I was excited for it. I knew that I wanted to be more confident within myself, and I wanted to be more of myself and not of what people expected me to be.
That is one thing I do like about 30.
And be comfortable with that, and if people don't like it, it's okay. That was really my main thing, was to really just be more comfortable with being who I am myself, who I like myself to be. And that sometimes is not everybody's cup of tea, but the ones that get it, they get it, and they say that's you. So to me, that was probably one of my biggest things.
So you think confidence comes at 30? More confidence comes at 30?
I think you go through your 20s. It's like this, there's like two kinds of people, right? That, in my opinion, there's the ones that do the party phase, and they go through this dizziness of clubs and drinking and partying and dancing and hanging out with friends. And then you have the ones that are like searching for husbands or wives or whatever, and they're dating like.
I think you need a good balance of both.
I didn't do that.
I didn't do that either. I
wanted to
turn
party.
up.
I was ready to party.
Bitch, who went out every day? The only day I did not go out was Mondays, and Mondays we used to throw a party at my house.
I went Monday through Sunday.
I
never. And see, that's the thing. Like, I hate when people are like, "Oh, you're getting older. You need to be settling down." No, I just need to live my life. I never prayed to God to send me a man. My prayer has always been, God, I want a career. I want to be financially independent. I don't want nobody to say that they put me on or whatever. Like, I want to work. That's always been my thing. So I always worked. I either worked, went out, worked, but it was always working for me. And I never, of course, I dated, but nobody ever really stuck because they couldn't see, they didn't like that mindset that I have. And it's not, I have anything against marriage or any of that. It's just, I never saw myself like that. So I always just worked.
I thought I would be married by 30.
I didn't think I was going to be married. I think I'd probably be married by like 40, 45.
Because I picked a particular set of guys to date. Mm-hmm. But then, like I said, you have to have a balance of both. Where if you're going, like, I was full throttle turn up. So I wasn't ready to be nobody's wife to begin with. But in my mind,
full throttle turn up.
Full throttle. Like, bitch, where's that? Where's that? I got these Aldo strappies.
Aldo strappies.
That's back in the day when Aldo was popping.
How much it cost to get in?
Girl, that's back in the day when it was like a smooth 10 to get in. You can get you a, they used to call them buckets. We used to get these buckets, and it was not a beer bucket. It's like you can get a Long Island or Sex on the Beach or Tequila Sunrise for all of $7, and it would be like this. It was called a pitcher. They'll put it in a pitcher, and then they'll throw like 10 straws in it. I was living a good life, okay. And then I was dating a particular type of guys that had a couple of funds. It was just a good time, right? So in my mind, I was gonna get married because I was kind of seeing one main person, and then even when I did see other people, it was on a consistent basis. So I just figured like after a while you'll just fall into some shit, but you can't fall into nothing if you turned up like 6 nights a week. This is not. It don't work that way. You gotta you almost gotta kind of fake it till you make it. So, and that's what, like, that shit actually makes more sense now when I look at the people that got married and stuff. They were like playing, not necessarily playing house, but they were housey, right?
Housey.
Yeah, like they're housey. Like, you know, they'll stay home and, you know, bake some cookies and shit. While my ass was like, well, I'm going out.
Yeah.
So that same attitude went into me professionally. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So then now I'm just all over the place and I'm just working jobs just to pay bills. And then like I went and got my master's really on some fluke shit because it was like, well, I don't know what I want to do. I miss my financial aid. Let me get a master's. Boom. I can get some money. I'm decent. I'm good at school. Learn some shit. Get a degree. XYZ. Yeah. So I think because I was so confused in my 20s when 30 hit, it was like, I got to get this shit together before 40 hits because 30 came so fucking fast. Because that's really how I felt. Like 30 came at like this. I literally remember being dropped off to my dorm at college. And then it's like, oh, by the way, you're 30. Girl, what? And I still got to call my mom and ask for cell phone money? Like, what you mean? like I'm still over here going through regular shit? Like, wait, what?
So what are your goals for your 30s?
To tone it down a little bit. You know, but you hit a cop car, they'll do it for you too. I mean, it can be your 30s.
Everything literally happened.
I feel like DUIs are meant for 20s. I feel some type of way about 30s.
No, I everything came together for me after 30. And the only reason why I say that is because I was not mentally ready for what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be like in fashion and I wanted to work at a magazine, but I didn't have no credits from school, so I was just like winging it.
You thought you was gonna be Devil Wears Prada?
I thought that, but then it didn't happen like that, and then got my DUI. And I started crying. I'm just like, Lord, show me what I need to do. What do I need to do? I want to get it together. I'm ready to get it together. And then, you know, the job with the city fell on my lap. And it made me realize, like, oh, shit, this is what I want to do. I like this shit. Now, of course, I have the element of fashion. It's not fashion, but, you know, I dress the part. So everybody's like, oh, girl, you look like you're from New York. Like, settle down. Settle down, kids.
I did see you with some gold shoes on Instagram.
Yes. But I just think that everything, because your 20s are just like, you ever watch Sex and the City?
Of course.
The movie?
Mm-hmm.
The first one where she's telling Louise, she was like, your 20s are to make the mistakes, your 30s are.
But I also had this thing in my mind that once I turned 30, you know, mistakes wouldn't be made. And then I got that DUI. And it was just like, oh, so let me get this straight. So you still can fully make mistakes. It's not like a barrier around you that's like, you're 30, so we're going to stop everything from happening to you.
I got my DUI at 31.
Yeah, I just figured that it'll be a barrier saying, hey, girl, we're gonna stop you because you're 30. Nah, my barrier was like, nah, bitch, you played all your 20s. We got you in your 30s. Sit your black ass down somewhere now.
Sit down.
I really did think that. But I guess I don't want to make it seem like 30s are like a piece of shit.
I love the 30s.
30s, yeah. I mean, 30s are cool. It's certain things I do like about 30s. I like the fact that you kind of trade clubs in for like lounges and bars. I like that you change night drinking into day drinking.
And, you know, it's like, I'll have a glass of wine with lunch. And it's totally acceptable.
And you actually, like, enjoy your alone time. Like, I don't mind being in the house by myself. I actually prefer to be in the house by myself and text these niggas who text me back and scroll up Instagram and watch marathons on Centric and TV1 because I literally watch the same TV shows every day, all day. I really straight up will watch TV1 all day.
No,
same episodes.
I prefer that too. I really don't even like going out like that. I went out the other night and I was so irritated because this guy grabbed my ass. And I granted, I know I don't look like I'm 33. I know I don't look like I'm in my 30s. And I am very proud of that. But at the same time, I ain't in my 20s. And so I literally almost choked this nigga because I'm just like, bro, that's not how you get a woman's attention. I am a woman, sir.
I cannot deal.
But yeah, no, I can't do clubs.
Yeah, I think it's a good time being 30. I would have preferred to have prepared a little more in my 20s. I would say it that way because I didn't prepare at all. Like I was over here like the hurricane. Like I ain't had no food, I ain't had no water, I ain't had no nothing. I ain't had no floating devices. I ain't had no jackets. I literally came into my 20s, was like, all right, I'm gonna turn 30 and everything's just gonna be laid out for me because that's what 30 is. It's just gonna be laid out. This shit was not laid out. My feelings got hurt and I was like, oh, okay, so I have to actively try to get my shit together. So I think a good balance in your 20s is worth it because I had no balance at all. And I think you should play a little bit because I know a lot of people who took their 20s very seriously. Y'all be the motherfuckers at 40 that be in a club and trying to turn up. Don't be that broad. Because I'm not going to be the broad.
Married at 22 and then you turn it up at 40.
Yeah, don't be that broad when your child 15 in the club now. Don't be that broad.
I see it all the time.
Nah, but that's what happens. I think it's a good balance because when you do too much of one, it reflects again later in life. Like when you turn up too much, like everyone says that I'm probably going to end up being like a housewife with like an A-line skirt and like pearls. It was like, because you just refuse to like
sit down
somewhere. And I was like, that's actually what happens. Those are like the people that flip out and act like nothing ever happened.
When do you think you'll get married? When would you want to get married?
By 35.
35?
35. But I don't view marriage as like we get married, we have kids, we get the white picket fence. I think marriage should be fun. I like to look at fun couples that still have goals and still kind of do their thing to it, not like cheating wise or but do their thing independently when it comes to their careers. And you still can go have a night out with the boys and I still can go have a girls' night without no problem. I don't view marriage, I think some people view marriage as like a lockdown. I never really viewed marriage like that.
I view it like that.
I don't view it like that. So I view it very still carefree, care-loving, like, oh, well, I'm about to go to happy. Are you coming or did you not want to come? Oh, okay, you chilling? All right,
but
cool.
A guy like that is hard to find, man.
Yeah, but they're out there because I've seen couples like that. So since I don't view marriage like that, I don't mind being married. I wouldn't mind being married to a person like that.
I wouldn't mind being married to a person like that. As long as they have their own life.
Yeah, as long as
I don't want, like, I see couples that are like so intertwined with each other's lives. I guess because I've lived by myself for so long that would bother me. I don't want to know everything. I just need to know the important stuff. I don't have that view on marriage, so I wouldn't mind being married. That's how I feel. I
don't see it as jail.
I see it as jail.
I get the feeling that you see it as jail.
I see it as prison.
I don't see it as jail.
It's like a life sentence. You're on death row.
Because just because we're married don't mean we have to have kids. Just because we're married don't mean we have to have kids right then. I would like to get married to somebody who's kind of like me. Like we're cool. It's not.
Well, what if you're just like in like a situation just like Oprah and Stedman?
I don't.
Would you be open to that?
Not for life. I mean now 30 did put a little pressure on me when it came to like my ovaries and marriage. Especially when like
what? Halle Berry had a baby at 40.
Janet had a baby at 50. I love Janet. But Janet's been married also 3 times. But for me, it was people were getting married. Like my 2 childhood best friends, both are married, own homes, have kids. I mean, I'm not friends with them. I mean, I'm not best friends with them now, but they're They're like real, in my opinion, like I call them real adults because I feel like I'm just learning how to adult. Like I'm still in this trial and error phase about being an adult. Like, oh, rent is due on the 1st. Cool. I have to win. Like I still feel like I'm in that phase where I'm still learning just to be an individual. But then I look at other people who have like husbands and kids and they have this entire life, and then it's like, well, I went through like a self-doubt phase of, well, what am I not doing something right? Like, y'all got this and the careers and the kids, so I must be doing something wrong. And then for even the ones who aren't married, who have kids, who don't have kids, I look at them like they have something that's in order. Versus me, where I feel like nothing's is in order.
Okay, so we're in the same boat. Do you think that my life is in order?
No.
No.
No, not more so where I look at you like, damn, what is Adrianna doing and I'm not doing? I think your life is a bit more in order. If that, like, I feel like you are a bit more in order on certain things, but
You said no.
but
I agree with you.
yeah, but like it's certain people I look at and they're just in order on so many levels that I'm kind of like shell shocked. Like kids,
like what does that mean? Like what is their like is a person's life in order?
Like so marriage would be the first thing because that's just like the obvious one. When people get married and have kids, people automatically assume that everything else is like okay, especially if like the kids look decent and y'all eating and y'all got like the Christmas pictures and shit. Like I got the friends like that, like take the Christmas pictures and shit. So that, but then it's like, oh, and then she's been at her job for like 6 years. It's like, bitch, how?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, we 31. Like, how you been at your job 6 years? But then really, if you got your job out of school or after grad school, you probably have been at your job for 6 years. So that would be an aspect. Like your career's intact, or you found your career. Like I'm still in this space, but I still haven't found my career. I'm sitting on 2 degrees and still no career.
Yeah.
So that is a part of it as well. So you have your career, you have the kids, and you know everybody's happy and healthy and go to vacation.
To determine if somebody's life is together.
I mean, in order, in a sense, I guess what you're trained to think of in order.
But what if that's not necessarily? Because I know a lot of married people that they've been
and I'm not
shit.
No, and I'm not saying that. I feel that I probably when I turned 30, I thought that was what 30s were supposed to look like. I mean, granted, they could be a piece of shit, but to me, okay, you married with kids, mostly check the box off. Like you grow up and people give you a list of things to do.
But
right?
Why do you have to follow that?
You don't have to follow it, but when you're trained to think that way, you kind of want to follow it. Like, I don't want to be married right now, but I know I do want to be married eventually.
Right.
Okay? I do want a career. Now, let's figure out what the career is. That'd be great. So, when I look at people who have their careers in order or picked a career, it's like, you're like 100 steps ahead of the game because you actually picked what you wanted to do. Like, you know what you want to do. And, bitch, if your ass went to college and it's the same, what your degree states is the career you're working in right now, bitch, I applaud you. I want to be your best friend, actually. Because how did you manage that?
Yeah.
So I look at things like that, and I look at people who are moving. And granted, I don't live in that house, so I don't know what's going on. But if it looks like you're progressing, if I see that, you know, you got a promotion at your job and you move from your condo to your house, it's like you're moving forward. And I feel a little more stagnant. I guess that's what it is. I feel stagnant. It's like, all right.
Well, maybe you shouldn't look at that.
No, but bitch, I am stagnant. I don't even need to look at that to know that.
Okay, so if you are feeling stagnant, then that means that you need to start making goals for yourself.
Bitch, you see my vision board?
No,
I created a vision board.
But you know, but it's more than a vision board. You gotta write your goals down.
I know. You see that wall with Post-its? No, I made a point, and that's what this past week has been about. I was like, all right, because this was a thing. What year are we in? 17 came and went very, very fucking quickly. Yes. To the point where when I'm looking at those Facebook on the days, certain shit I wrote last year felt like I wrote it yesterday. So I was like, all right, cool. I thought my 20s went by really fast. 30s is on steroids. So maybe this is the time I should start getting my shit together.
Yeah. Because
my 30s has been on steroids.
So what do you want to do?
What I'm doing right now?
So
I'm gonna end up being a personality. That's the end all to be all.
Yeah.
I mean, I already know that. That's nothing else I'm good at. But
How do you know?
girl, because I don't like nothing. Like, you give me a book, I can read some shit and learn some shit, but I've never been interested in anything. I've worked a whole slew of jobs. I've worked for different companies. I'm not meant to be behind a desk. I'm not meant to be in a cubicle. It's just not what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just not. So the goal for I just don't want to show up to 40 like I showed up to 30. Like, what the fuck?
Unprepared.
Yeah. I came to 30s without no book bag, no number 2 pencils, no paper.
You just showed up.
I just showed up. It was like, hey, 30, what it do?
Well, I did too.
But you didn't have a vision in mind of 30 anyway, so it's easy to show up when you don't know what the fuck you're supposed to expect.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was going to.
So what would you tell people about 30 now? What would you tell people like at 18 and 19 and 20?
I would definitely say, number one, whatever you were taught that life is supposed to be like, throw it the fuck out of the window. Please, throw it out of the window, because just because you don't want to follow what is socially normal, that you go and you have to find a man, you have to have kids, you have to have the career, you have to do all this shit, but really you just want to just be you just want to chill, you just want to go
don't be no bum though.
But don't be a bum. But I'm just saying, like, don't follow the rules that people have placed on your life, because those rules may not apply to you when you get older. In your 20s, you have a whole thing of things that you want to be, ideas and all this shit. And from 18 to 28, you change multiple times.
Ooh, you do.
And even the guys that you accepted dating at 18, you're not going to date them at 28. Shit, you might not even date them at 25. So it's like you change all the time. So I wouldn't even suggest you like falling into that trap of saying this is what it is, because I know so many people that have that mindset. Well, this is what I did when I was 18 and I just followed that rule and now I'm miserable at 35. Mm-hmm. And to me, I never wanted that. I always was like, fuck that. I'm going to go against the grain. I ain't even trying to get married. I don't want to get married right now. If I do get married, I always knew that I know that I'll get married older, because I want my career first. I want to work on me first. I want to come to the table as the table, with the chairs, the plates, the napkins folded beautifully with the forks and the spoons. That's what I want. And Is there
chicken at this table? Your table sounds pretty fun. Oh,
no,
what are you eating? Can I sit at your table?
Seared salmon with scallops, capers, and lemon drizzled on top, with a side of broccolini.
I'm going to visit your table.
Pinot Grigio for the white wine. A Malbec for the red.
I'm going to visit your table.
With a little Luther playing in the background.
A chair. Just
something light. But it's like, that's what I want for myself. And I hate that people have these like ideals of this is how it's supposed to be. When you're 30, you have to have this. Ain't no benchmarks. Live your fucking life and be a good person. Be nice to people, but don't be that nice to niggas, because niggas
ain't shit.
But, just be nice to people. I think those are the general rules that people should follow. Be nice. Be open-minded. Make your goals. Set plans. But don't be committed to those plans, because things change. You end up pregnant by surprise by somebody you didn't want to be pregnant by. And you sitting up here going through it because you don't want to get an abortion, but you want to get an abortion because this nigga ain't shit.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta be flexible with life.
I would say that. I would say in your 20s, be very flexible. Be flexible yet committed. If you want to do something, do it. If you change your mind and be committed to the next idea. I had a friend, she super smart. She was my roommate. Super duper smart. She graduated college, went to work for Ernst & Young, hated it to death, was making good money, hated it to death. And she quit her job, and now she's a teacher in Korea. And I mean, that was that. And she was committed to both ideas. When she was working for Ernst & Young, she was committed. She did a very good job, made really good money. When she decided that, being an accountant wasn't for her, I was an advocate for her to leave that job because she was so miserable. She left the job. She became a teacher. Now she's a teacher in Korea, and she's committed to being a teacher in Korea. Talked to her. Now she's like, you know what? I don't really think I like kids. I think, not really my thing. But she's been there for a few years at this point. It might have been about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, probably like 4 or 5 years now.
People.
But she's changing her mind, and she wants to be like a web developer. She's super smart. She's been teaching herself that. And hey, girl, rock on. So be committed, yet flexible. Be committed to what you're doing at that point, but flexible if that's just not what you want to do.
And it's
later.
Okay to change your mind.
I mean, with your 20s, it is okay, and it'll be okay. Actually, it's okay anytime to do that.
To change your mind.
The only thing I would say about like my only advice for 30s is honestly, if you've been fucked up in your 20s, and I'm talking about like real life issues, and you've been crazy, and you got daddy issues, and you smacking bitches, and
fix that.
You're drinking bottles to the head, and you just got issues in your 20s, and eventually you'll realize you have issues. So some of that shit is just like some of that shit is just like, oh, we're 21, oh, we're 22. Then it's like you 29, and you just like everybody kind of looking at you, kind of crazy. If you had some like deep seated issues in your 20s, don't carry them bitches through your 30s. Meaning, spend your 30s working on yourself, because what you don't want to do is have them. You don't want your 20s to look like your 30s, and you don't want to show up to 40 looking like 30. Like nobody wants to take care of the old drunk. When you're 21, your friends want to hold your hair.
That is the worst thing, and I see that all the time. To see a person like in their 40s just wasted.
Yeah, regularly wasted.
On the regular.
Yeah, like maybe like a New Year's Eve, you and your husband might turn up a little too much. But bitch, if it's Friday night and we know you to be knowing you.
My nigga, I'm talking like a Tuesday night.
Yeah, okay, that's even worse.
And you just lit.
Yeah, so if you have issues in your 20s, and especially if you're realizing you have issues in your 20s, I think you should spend your 30s working on yourself, because you don't do no justice to nobody. Yourself, your future kids, your husband, your family. You need to spend your 30s like taking it all in. That's
fixing yourself.
That's what like I've been trying to do. I've been trying to take my like, even though my mom would be like, it probably don't seem like it, but I do spend a lot of time journaling and watching like Super Soul Sunday on YouTube, because Oprah's everything, and TD Jakes. I be into Part of House. Like I'm trying to spend more time, because you don't want to go through the same thing, because then that'll make it 2 decades, and then 2 decades equals 3 decades, which would be nothing but 4 decades, and next thing you 50, and you done missed out on a whole bunch of stuff, or you didn't grow. Yeah. And the whole purpose of life is to grow and to change and, all that good stuff. So that would be my only thing for 30. In your 20s, be committed, but don't be afraid of change, basically.
Throw that rule book out. Ain't no rules. Nobody has the rules to life. Nobody
has the rules. There's plenty of blueprints. Find a blueprint that suits you, because everybody's journey is different. Create your own blueprint. It's just so many other avenues that people should take. It's just, certain things for me, if my kids don't have an idea what they want to do, they will go to college, because I think college is just an amazing experience. That would be like the only staple on their blueprint, if they can't come up with something right after college, because you ain't gonna sit in my house. But outside of that, be free to whatever experiences, backpacking. That's your time in your 20s. Have a good time. Hell, in your 30s, have a good time. Just a little more
responsible.
Yeah, a little more. Gotta clean the little fun up. Can't be out here testing drugs in 30s.
Yeah, definitely not. You're 30 and you're out here trying to say who got the blue pills.
Yeah, you can't.
They're cute. That's so cute. That's just so not cute to me.
Leave Molly's in your 20s.
Yeah.
I think it was ecstasy when I was in my 20s. So leave ecstasy in your 20s. It's okay. Don't take them all away.
Snorting coke in the bathroom of a club.
Leave that in your 20s. Yeah, leave that at 23. 23 is okay. But no. But that would be it. And that would be the only thing for sure. If you really feel that there's some issues, and everybody has an issue to an extent. if there's some issue that's like stopping your growth and stopping you from being the best you in your 20s and you know it, when you turn 30, make it your mission to clean it up so you don't carry it all the way through your 30s, because really your 30s will be when you probably have kids and all that. If you haven't had kids already, your 30s will be the time that kids most likely, that decade of 30 to 40 will be most likely when the kids pop up.
Have kids.
So, you know.
I think I'll have a kid before I get married.
I feel like you would. I feel like I'm gonna get married then have kids.
I feel like I would have kids.
But I'm gonna pop mine out like back to back. Like they gonna be like Irish twins.
One and done, baby.
Not because I want them. I always have this fear of if something happens to me and my husband, I want my kid to have a sibling. I think sibling relationships are very important.
One and done.
Well, you know,
get your dog, baby. Get a dog.
Shame.
One and done.
Shame. My
best friend's on her second one. She is scaring me.
Ooh.
She said, "I'll never do this again, ever."
I would like to have twins though. That would be like the goal, to just do it like bloop bloop. That would be like the goal.
Like what?
Like bloop bloop. Like that's how I picture they gonna fall out my vagina. Like
but they don't come out your vagina. You have to have a C-section.
I mean, I just figure like bloop bloop is how I feel like babies come out. So I would prefer like if I can get knocked up with twins, that would be like the goal.
No, nah, bruh. Just give me one solid. I want a son, little boy.
I want a boy and a girl, and I'm gonna name her like Harper.
Harper?
She's gonna be named Harper.
I want something like
Harper Monroe.
Alexander for a boy.
Or like London.
Or you know, I always wanted to name my son Ramses.
Ramses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Oh, we got a letter. That's what I was. Okay, good. Found that.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna read a letter. Oh, but with all that being said, your 20s are the shit.
Your 20s aren't the shit, because you know what? You just go through shit in your 20s.
You go through a lot of like shit that you make yourself go through in your 20s. Looking back, it's a lot of shit in my 20s that didn't have to happen. It was me choosing to have that shit happen. And one thing about your 20s versus your 30s, when you get hungover, you don't get hungover in your 20s. Like you get kind of sick,
bright-eyed and bushy tailed.
Nah, like you wake up and it's like, I feel a little off. Let me eat some breakfast, and your ass eat you a Eggo. Is it Eggo? Your ass eats you an Eggo, and you like back popping. In your 30s, bitch, woo, if you wake up and you feel off for the whole day.
Maybe the next day.
Maybe for sure that night.
And bitch, if you went dancing,
your body hurt.
Your body hurt.
Your feet hurt.
Girl, one of my really good friends had a birthday party, and we were twerking. When I say my legs was on fire the next day.
And let me tell y'all something. I used to be the girl that danced on a bar in Tallahassee. So in heels. And now if I do a 2-step too long, I'm ready to go home. Like my feet are like on fire. And I be tired. And then I be in flats. Like I be in the club in some Chucks nowadays. Like I be in the lounge in some Chucks and my feet hurt. Like how does your feet hurt in Chucks? You know, but I don't even want to talk about it. Like getting old is not. I mean, it's where it's at. But
it's where it's at.
But it ain't where it's at. Where it's at. My body used to like break down taco perfectly. Now, if I sniff taco,
no, ma'am,
girl. But outside of that, you know, do you friends? But here's the letter. Get my shit together. It says, "Dear recovering party girls, me and my BFF fell out. It was over some petty bullshit. We're gonna start that over because her punctuation ain't popping. But okay, me and my BFF fell out. It was over some petty bullshit that we would have gotten over, but she started talking shit and telling secrets, and the next thing I know, the whole campus is involved in our fallout. This has been going on a month or so. Now, sorry y'all, my phone timed out. Okay. This has been going on a month or so. Now she is basically trying to make amends, but I feel away and am not sure if I should be her friend, again. What should I do? Sincerely, recovering from a friendship fallout." Get it? Your title. It's our title.
Thank you.
Thank you for reading. She just said recovering from.
Oh, okay. Thank you from recovering from
fallout. Get it? Your title.
You can go. So, yeah. See, that's not your friend. That was never your friend. To me, there's codes of ethics and there's codes of loyalty when it comes to friends. To me, like real friends, we fall out, I would never speak about your problems, your issues, none of that, because it's really nobody's business. And the fact that a person did that, you were never your friend in the first place.
So you don't think she should be her friend again?
No.
Well,
because if something I fall out with friends. I fight with friends. There's always that, but I would never go and talk about them, or I would never go and I just would never do that. And I think there should be. It's just I'm a loyal person, and regardless if we're friends or not, I would never talk your business like that. I have friends that I've fallen out with, and people have tried to come up to me and ask me about them, just trying to reel me in and trying to get me to talk about them. But I said, no, I'm not finna talk about that girl. Like, no, we were really, really friends, and I'm not that girl to just go and talk about somebody's business like that. And I just don't think that that's a real friend in the first place.
Yeah, I agree with Adrianna. If we fall out, I had a friend I fell out with, and the reason we were close. Like, I spent the night at her house every weekend. I went on family vacations with them. Mm-hmm. We were friends, and we had been friends for years on top of years at this point when we actually fell out. And I can't really remember why we fell out. So clearly it was something stupid in the first place that we probably could have been friends again afterwards. But the reason we didn't become friends again was because once we did fall out, she got super messy. And loyalty is very big. Mm-hmm. So if you just gonna, especially when it's your friend and you know your friend, you know how they treat enemies, and you know how your friends operate on so many levels, that if you fall out, when they start treating you a certain way, you know when they're treating you like some bum bitch. Mm-hmm. And I felt like that person was treating me like a bum bitch. And if you feel like she was doing the same thing for you, I'm gonna tell you now, I never became that girlfriend again. Period. We might be Facebook friends at this point, maybe IG friends. I don't really know. I don't follow her that much to care. I mean, maybe she is on my timeline. I don't really care that much to go search her name to see if she's doing well. But we're not friends, as in I don't know. I don't have her phone number. We haven't talked. We haven't talked verbally in years. Maybe outside of maybe a comment on social media. So no, if you fall out, everybody got to keep their goddamn mouth closed.
I think that's the test.
And go to their corner.
Yeah, I think that's a test of a friendship, though.
Yeah, go to their corner.
And okay, so I'll even go further. If you have a group of friends, I have a group of friends, and you fall out with one, you vent to another friend about the situation. You can, say how you feel within that group, because everybody knows.
Yeah, that's different. But
that's different.
When you make it public.
When you going and telling strangers about this person, that's where it's just because I know a girl that does that.
But you can't be friends with somebody, and then because then your friends know too much of your business too. And then when people know you guys were good friends, anything they say, because at some point when people fall out, they embellish stories anyway. Yeah. So anything they say, they hold it down as the truth because you were friends.
Right.
So, and then that's the problem. So even, sometimes it's not in a malicious way to exaggerate. Some people tell very colorful stories. Yeah. In a sense of,
but still telling the story to somebody that's not wasn't there, that's a problem.
But then when you embellish a story, and not maybe sometimes not intentionally, people believe everything you say because y'all were friends. So you just make a situation from bad to worse. Yeah. It's one person I fell out with. We're still friends now, but when we fell out, we just didn't say nothing about each other. We went a year without talking, and me and her were really good friends. We went a year without talking. When people asked me about her, I was like, I hope she's doing well. When people asked about me to her, she also said, I hope she's doing well. And we still had mutual friends. So the mutual friends were like, oh, I hung out with Ebony the other day. She's like, oh, how's she doing? Oh, she's doing fine. That's really good. Oh, I hung out with such and such the other day. Oh, you did? Oh, well, I hope everything's well with her. 2 thumbs up. Hope everything's good where y'all went. Or was it popping? XYZ. Later, we were able to become friends again because no secrets were told. No rumors were thrown out. You have to be classy and loyal and have some morals and have some respect for the friendship even when you fall out.
Yep.
You don't have to be this girl's enemy. You don't have to go, box her ass. But just, hey, you can actually have a conversation with her and be like, it's squash, I have a problem with you. But then you can just give her the long-handed spoon where y'all cool, but you don't have to go out with her. If you see her out, say what's up and keep it moving. And that's the point I got to with the girl who basically made the situation really ugly. No, I never invited her nowhere. Luckily, we moved along, ended up in 2 totally separate cliques, so I never really ran into her. But when I did, it was like, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. And I kept it moving. No worries. Didn't care. Didn't make me none.
Yeah, that's not cool. I would never do that.
Yeah.
And I think anybody that
and you
does
can even
that,
tell her that, actually. You can actually have a conversation. Yeah. I think if you want to, I'm one of the people who don't need to have the conversation. But
I don't need the conversation.
Certain people need the conversation. Me, Adrianna, aren't the people that need the conversation. But if you're one of the people that need like the official closure in the conversation, when you guys do, if you need to talk to her, you need to explain to her, like, this is why and XYZ. And still, I have no problem with you. No drama. We cool. If I see you out, girl, hey. If, your tire bust and I got an extra tire, I might give it to you. I might.
I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Nah, I might give it to you. I'm not that nasty.
So can you move over?
Yeah, you're not that nasty. But you just, if you're a person who needs to talk, you can explain to her why. But I wouldn't. Me personally, I've been through a situation like that. I'm the type of person that can't come back from that, because then how do I trust you with my secrets? Like, I need to
trust is everything.
I need to be able to come to a friend and say whatever I want to say and not feel like it's going to come back to me. And if she out here spreading the business in the news, you can't be in my circle.
Yes.
But that's just me.
Yes.
Do you, friend?
Yes.
But that's it. Do you have anything else for this week?
No.
Oh, well, that was simple. Okay. Well, you can follow us on Twitter, Party Girls Pod. It is on Facebook, Recovering Party Girls, and on Instagram, it's Recovering Party Girls. Forgot the other social media. I'm NatoyaEbony everywhere.
And I'm Miss Cool _ in the city.
The letter N, the city.
Yes. Finally getting shit.
Yes, on IG. And we will see you guys next week, same time, same place. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Cool.
Bye.